Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're doing our final card in this series using 49 M Market. It's called In the Leaves. It's a 6 by 8 paper collection that I got from my little scrapbook store. Now, if this is your first time ever coming to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button and then hit that little notification bell so that way you get alerts whenever I upload new content. And once again, we're using another one of these sketches. This is from Case This Sketch, and there's no measurements, but I'm going to show you what I decided to do with this, okay? So, since this is more of a wide open space, we could have used the what's the word I'm looking for? The laser cut pieces to create sort of like where the flower pattern is. But we're going to use the peel offs, the rub ons. And I used the scrap paper that we had from one of the other cards for our strip that's going across the bottom portion. Okay. So once I kind of figured out where I wanted to place the first flower, I'm going to build everything else out from there. So this nice long one, it was super pretty. I put it right in the center, and we're going to go ahead and rub that on. So cards can be as simple as just being all paper. You can go as crazy as doing die cuts and having them do flips and tricks. You know, there's so much you can do with cards. But if you're someone who wants to get into making them and you don't want it to be too complicated, consider kits like this. It comes with the already laser cut, almost like ephemera pieces. So you could always do that with the pattern paper. And then you just buy a kit, the rub-ons, that was a separate piece. And you can make so many cards, and there's so much paper left. I could continue making cards with this probably till the end of the year, doing Friday videos, and still have plenty of paper, plenty of rub-ons, and the laser cut pieces. So all I'm doing now is taking bits and pieces from elements where it was like a background, almost like a distressed look, and then we're going to layer some more of the flowers, and anywhere where a flower doesn't fit, I trim it off, lay it back down, and then after I rub that on, we're going to add that other piece probably up there just as a filler, and it'll look like it was a part of the whole flower when we're done. And any little bits, like, because it has that distress look, I'm just laying down the piece to get those little dots all around so the card looks more filled. And we're just going to keep filling that in. Now this card, it came together really super quick and easy. And I like having some that are like that, where it's just like one or two steps, or even with all this, doing the rub-ons, you can still mass produce and get lovely cards. It wouldn't take you long to put them together. And you could, like I said before in the previous video, make a wonderful gift set to give to somebody as a gift. I know Mother's Day has already passed, but those make great gifts for Mom's Day, or, for a friend, just to say, I was thinking of you, here's a great card set. There's all different reasons, right? So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to step out there, try something that may not be your style off the bat, but why not? This is so easy to use. I mean, I've never had so much fun, and all I did was rub. Rub with this little tool. And when I was done, I had an entire card front filled with these pretty flowers. And then I just trimmed a couple of these butterflies out, and we add a few of those here and there. And it's a complete scene. I really love how that turned out. Now, if you didn't want to fill in the whole entire front like how I am, you could keep it short, you know, keep it to where there's a little bit of white space up at the top. I personally wanted it more full filled in. I wanted it to feel like almost like a full bouquet background with all the different um, the stress elements, and then with the flowers and the butterflies. It just really kind of turned into a mini scene, right? Very pretty. And I had realized I had left some plastic on one of the pieces, and I hadn't fully rubbed it off. And then I was like, you know what, on this one, let's go ahead and ink around the edges. It's not something that I always remember to do, but I feel like it would be a good way to show you a different way than I did on the first card, to give options. Because some people, I mean, they never miss a chance to ink an edge. And for me, I'm very hit and miss. Sometimes I remember and sometimes I don't. But either way, it doesn't matter. It's all in what your preference is. And the best part about giving cards is that it's from you. You know what I mean? So whichever way works for you is what's going to make the card, to me, look good. You know what I mean? Because you're putting your talents, your creativity into making the card. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and glue that down. Now on this one, I did not use a mat, so I cut the white paper to be right at, I want to say I did the 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Instead of having the mat, I just did it straight on top because we inked the edges. So I didn't think I needed the brown paper. Excuse me. All right, so now we've put the foam tape, excuse me, on the back of our sentiment, which is Hello Pumpkin. And now we're just going to place down a few of the sequins. And we've used these on what, 3? No. I think the last card I didn't use the sequins, but the other 2 I did. So yeah, on 3 out of the 4 cards we used these sequins. They just went so well with this collection. Gorgeous. And I love the sequin that kind of looks like wood grain. It's really, really pretty. And then I'm going to do the same on this one. Now with this card, you can see it's not as much as far as filling in the entire space. And I did not ink the edge, so it doesn't look like it's actually on a layer. It almost looks like I did it straight to the card, which you could have. You know what I mean? That you don't have to do it on a separate piece. With something like this, we could have rubbed it on right onto the card base, added our strip to go across the entire front, and it would have been just as beautiful on that as well. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to try these sketches. Even though they look simple, you can really get some bang for your buck even with the simple sketches. All right, so thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure, like I said in the beginning, you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you have any comments, leave them down below. I am going to be doing probably another card series with 49 and Market, only because they just came out with their new collection and it had a card kit. So I want to see what their card kit is about, what all comes in with it, and then each week we'll work on I think 2 of the cards. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you with our next video.